Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Automation in Detail. Shiva here. In this video, we will talk about how to push the code that is present in your local system to the GitHub repository so that anyone can clone your project in their system and start using it. I'll walk you through everything step by step in detail. Please follow along, and by the end of this video, you will be able to successfully push your code to the GitHub. Let's get started. Okay, for that, we should have Git installed in our system. For that, what you can do is that you can open the browser and type git install and open the first link. So here again, based on users, if you guys are using MacBook, you have to click on this link and you have to run brew install git command in your terminal. But before that, you should have homebrew installed, so that you can install using this link, which will take you to the official web page of the homebrew, and you have to copy this command, run it in your terminal so that homebrew will be installed first. Then after that, you have to run this command brew install git. Now for Windows users, you have to go back and click on this link. Yeah, and based on your system configuration, you can download any one of the executable file. So after that is downloaded, you have to run that executable file and install the git. Now, after that is done, we need to make sure that git is successfully installed by entering or running this command. Sorry for that. Yep, here. Running this command in terminal if you are using MacBook and command prompt if you are using Windows system. Okay, let me run that. Git space hyphen version. Yep. So we can see that git is already installed in my system. So if you guys are able to see this output, that means git is successfully installed in your system. Okay. So after the git is installed, you have to configure your user email and username. So again, this is for your identification purpose during the commit. Like it needs to know who is the author of this commit. So that for that you need to do this step. Okay, let us do that. Git config space hyphen global space user dot email, and I'll give my channel email automationindetail@gmail.com. So email ID is set. Let me set the user name config space hyphen global space user dot name, and you guys can give any name you want. For this video purpose, I am giving automation in detail. Okay, so username is also set. Now what you need is a GitHub account. Okay, I already have a GitHub account, but I'll show you guys how to create one if you guys don't have it already. You have to just type GitHub in the browser and open this link. And if you already have a GitHub account, you have to click on sign in and you have to enter your username and password. If you don't have one, you have to sign up. So let's click on sign up. Now here you guys have to enter your email ID. So after click on continue button, right, it will ask you to enter your password. Enter the password. You have to enter a new password. So after that is done, it will ask you to give one username. You have to give one unique username. So after everything is done, it will send the one code to your email ID, the one which you have given here. You just have to enter that. So once it is done, it will take you to the GitHub homepage of your dashboard. Okay, so I have already logged in, so you can see that automation in detail. So this is my profile. So once you are taken to this dashboard, or you can go to home from here, and what you need to do is that you need to create one new repository, because you need to have one space kept in your profile so that you can push your code to this repository. Let's create one. You have to click on this create new button and new repository. Okay, now you have to give a repository name. Let me give some random name or meaningful name. Basics project, I already had created one. Let me use the other name, project one. Okay, yeah, first it will check for the name availability. So I think this name is available, so we are good. Now here you have to select public so that the other people can also clone your project. If not, I mean, if you set it to private, right, only you or only specific users can see it. Yeah, sorry guys, there was some background noise. Okay, so after that is done, you have to click on create repository. Okay, so our repository is done and this is the URL of that, and we need to follow these git commands to push our code. So let us do that. Now, before doing that, right, you need to open terminal and command prompt, and you have to change the directory to the path of the project or the code where you have kept. So that means this is my code and it is present in this path. Okay, idea project and APM basics one. Let me open that. Yeah, so this is the project I need to push to the GitHub repository. I need to, in the terminal, I need to change my directory to this path. So how we can do is that you need to type cd space. In MacBook it is easy actually. You just have to drag this folder here so that the path will be copied. Similar way, even in command prompt that is in Windows system, you just have to copy the path of that project and paste it here, paste it in the terminal, sorry, command prompt. Okay, so after that is done, you press enter so that our directory is changed to that project folder. So how do we make sure that we are on that project folder? Let me open the project here and see that there are two files here, one file and one folder. Let me cross check in terminal. For that, what you have to do, you have to type a command ls. Yep. So it will list down all the files on folders that is present in that folder. So you can see that it is having one file and one folder. So that means the directory is in this folder. Okay. Now what you have to do, you have to run git init command. What will happen after running this command is that it creates an empty git repository in that current project path. So, and also it will create one .git hidden folder which Git uses to store all the required repository information to manage your project. And from this point onwards, Git will track all the changes to the files that in the project. So let's see that whether it is happening or not. Okay, let me open this side by side so that, or just like this, so that you guys can see whether that is happening or not. Okay, let me type git init. Okay, it says initialized empty git repository, but that hidden git folder, right, we need to check whether it is created or not. So how do we do that? You have to press command shift dot so that hidden file will be visible. So you can see that .git folder is created. Okay, now after that, what you have to do, you have to run this command git add space dot so that it will add all the files, the project files which have in my folder to the staging area. So let's run that. Git add space dot enter. Okay, now it has staged all the files. Now what you have to do next is you need to run one more command, that is git status, which will give you the details of all the files that have been added, modified, deleted. It shows both the staged and unstaged changes before the next commit. Okay, let us run that. Okay, what happened? Oh, yeah, no problem. Git status. Now you can see that these are the files which I need to push to my newly created Git repository. Okay. Now before that, we need to commit these changes with the help of the next command, that is git commit space -m, and you need to give one meaningful message. So what I'll do, I'll run this command and my first initial draft code, something like that, I'll give, and you close this and press enter. Now everything is committed. Now after that, what you can do, again, this is an optional step. So that means if you want to change the name of the branch, the local branch which you are in right now, because Git will give you the default name as main. So let me show you that in IntelliJ. Yeah. You can see here that the local branch name is main, and if you want to change it to some other name like master, dev, or something else, right, you can do that using that command. So let us do that. Okay, let me open the terminal. Okay, now we have to run git branch space uppercase M. Now let me change the name of this branch to dev. Okay, now let me go back to IntelliJ. Yeah, now you can see that the name got changed to dev. Fantastic. Now what you have to do, the next command is git remote add origin and the URL. So what this command is doing is that git remote add. So this command will create connection between your local repository to the remote repository, and origin is the name of the remote branch name. Again, this is the default name given. You can change it any name that you wish, but let's keep it as it is for this video. And this is the URL of the remote repository which we have created. So this is the URL we need to copy paste there. Okay, so what will happen is that, so after running this command, your local repository will be connected to the remote repository located at this URL. Okay, let us do that. Okay, now let me run this git remote add origin. Let me copy the URL from here, paste it. Yeah, now the connection is formed. So after that, you have to push all the files that is in the committed area to the your repository. So let us do that. Okay, git push space u origin is the remote branch name, and if you remember, we have changed the name of the branch from main to dev. Okay, so what it is saying is that invalid username or password, so authentication is failed. So why it is failed, let's check that, or let me run this one more time. Yeah, sorry, again, I don't know what happened there, but yeah, now it is asking for the username. Let me give the username, that is automation in detail. Again, this is the username that you have created for your GitHub account, not the one which you have set here for the commit identification. So this is my username, and the password for this is, okay, let me enter the password. Okay, again guys, this is one more issue. So that means when you enter the password, right, so this will not be taken for your authentication purpose. So that details is given here. Let me open this link. Okay, so what they're saying is that when you try to perform these commands, git clone, git fetch, git pull, or git push to remote repository, right, so it will ask you the username and password which it asked for us. Now when it prompts for password, we have to enter personal access token and not the password, because password based authentication for git has been removed for more secure authentication methods. So the password will not be accepted here. So we need to give the personal access token. So there are two ways. One, by using personal access token, or another with generating SSH key. But for this video purpose, let's go with generating the personal access token. It is simple. What you have to do, you just have to go back to your GitHub project, GitHub dashboard, and you click on this user icon and scroll down and click on settings. And here in the left hand side, scroll down all the way to the bottom and click on developer settings. Now here you have to select personal access token and click on tokens. Now here it is saying need an API token for scripting or testing. So you have to generate a personal access token. You click on this. Now it says for what purpose you need it. Okay, I'll just say testing purpose or whatever it is. Now you can set the expiration for this token. You can keep it no expiration if you are able to remember it. But again, once the token is created, guys, make sure that you are copy pasting the token somewhere else safe so that you don't forget it. For this video, what I'll do is that I'll keep it only 7 days. Okay. Now you have to select the scope of this personal token. I'll select all. Okay. You guys also do the same thing. Okay. Yeah. So once everything is selected, you just have to click on generate token. Now this is the token. Again, they are saying that make sure you copy your personal access token now, because once you go back or refresh this page, right, you will not be able to see this token. So what I'll do, let me copy this token and paste it in some Word document and I save it. Okay. Now let's go back to your terminal, and before entering this personal token, guys, what I'll suggest you guys to do is that you run this command so that it remembers your credential and you need not have to enter this username password for each and every push that you do. Okay, let me run that. Git config credential dot helper store. Okay, now you try to push it. Okay, git push origin. Now again, it should ask for username and password. I don't know why it is not asking for me, but anyways, I'll do it again. Yeah, now it is asking. Now let me enter the username, automation in detail. Now here in this password place, I'll enter this token. Okay, again guys, while copy pasting, make sure that there are no extra spaces that are getting copied. You can see that there is one extra space getting pasted. So let me do like this. Okay. Yeah, let me just do like this. Okay, yeah. Now I'll copy this and go back to terminal and paste it, press enter. Okay, so what it's trying to do is that, is it done? Let us check that. Let's go back to my project and click on here, go to home. Yep, this is the project. Yep. So you guys can see that my project is successfully pushed to the GitHub repository. You guys can see that this is my commit message which I have given. You can see that source, main, resources. Okay, now the application is also there. The testing application is also present. Let me see that. Is it in the same path, source, main, resources? Yes. So APM basics project 1, SRC main resources. Yes, it is. So our code is successfully present in remote repository now, so anyone can clone it and start using that project. Okay, so that's it for this video. Hope you guys are also able to successfully push the code to the GitHub repository. If you guys are facing any issues in any of the steps that I have explained, please do mention the issue in comment section and I'll help you guys in resolving that issue. Okay. Thanks guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed watching it, please do like, comment and subscribe to this channel for more such videos. Have a great day. Thank you.